Hey guys, what's going on? It's your boy Larry Loveless. I'm back for another episode of Get to Know Me. How you guys doing today? Big shout outs to all the Midnight Music crew. Big shout outs to the OSBL crew, Showtime crew, Wonky crew, Fuck Shit Season. This is how we do. Today I'm taking you through a very quick video of my latest track called Virus Chatter. Computer burp. Okay. So it's loaded up. We're going to go through this track section by section, and I'm going to kind of tell you about some of the basses I used and some of the transitions I used. And then lastly, we'll go over the samples and the effects. So let's start the song off. Here we go. So the first sample I used, this is what's going to happen. It's going to get paused a bunch. I'm going to talk a bunch. So, the first sample I used was something I found on Facebook. I found most of these samples on Facebook. My favorite one out of all of them is the Call of Duty Zombie sound effect. That's right here. That's this one right here. No, it's not that one. I'm wrong. It's this one over here. Yeah. So as you guys can hear, this Call of Duty Zombie sound effect is in. It's called Virus Chatter because I had the idea of the radio chatter with the army, kind of make it sound like you can't really understand it, but some of the stuff that is said sounds like a containment has gotten out, and they're trying to, like, pack something back in. So, let's start off at the beginning again. We'll go from here. So, the beginning is like a HUD opening up, typing in your password. The reason why I put these kicks and cymbals, and one thing I will say about the cymbal is the cymbal's small. I didn't want an overpowering cymbal. I just didn't want an overpowering cymbal. But those two little left and rights right there, it's on a left and on a right. As you can see down here on the left-hand side, it's right and left. They're not overpowering, but they do come through the mix really nicely, especially when the drums drop. So let's keep going.
Okay, I'm cool. That should be clear. Welcome to Third Jack Tier 3. I want you to see any movement in there. I want you to hit it. Out. Roger. We're taking fire from Berkeley. Building 112.
Right, so the second sample right here. This one, the reason why I liked it so much is because it has this build-up. So you can hear it's like a slow build-up and then it goes faster. Keeps going up. And then breaks out. So I really like that. So I added that with the Call of Duty sound effect. A few bomb effects like these down here. Like a little bombs. This is what they sound like. Like little impact effects. And then the radio chatter, of course. So let's keep going. The reason why I put these kicks right here and right here and right here is for the DJs, so in case you want to cue my music up, you can get the beginning of the bar. So even though it started at the beginning of the bar, because it's not a rhythmical intro, it's very hard to find the rhythm if you're trying to beat match, so I did the kicks just so you guys could have a little easier chance to beat match. So there's that Call of Duty sound effect we were talking about.
33.
Now, I only used that once because I didn't want to oversaturate it and overuse it.
33.
So now I'm going to shut up until after the drop, or until right here, where the build-up happens. God damn it. So right before the build-up, I'm going to say it now, and I'm just going to play it through to the end of the drop. Right now, the drop right here, the build-up, the idea I got from one of my favorite artists, Peekaboo, his song Babatunde. He had a really simple drum style leading up to the drop, like the way the rhythm went. And he kind of made it a big 16-bar build-up that was, you know, had a lot of risers going and a lot of different beats in the kick and a lot of different beats on the snare. This one's very simple. It's very, like, there's 4 bars of rhythm and then 4 bars of build-up, and that's it for this. So let's go ahead and listen. See, kind of a Babatunde style. But listen how short the build-up is. Right, I'm going to shut up now.
Surprise, motherfucker.
So that's my other sample that I have is the Surprise, Motherfucker.
Surprise, motherfucker.
Samuel L. Jackson, I just toned the voice down. And put a vocal transformer on it to disguise the voice. So let's go ahead and listen.
Surprise, motherfucker.
Loveless.
So let's talk about the basses. Right, the kick is just really simple. Boom, cat, boom, boom, cat, with a simple hi-hat in the first call and response. The second call and response has the trippy hats, which are really fun. And then in the last bar of the trippy hats, it's an actual triplets. And you'll see why I do that. So, the basses. The first bass right here. So this little sound, it's kind of a Serum preset I found online. Synthwave PW83. If you look it up, PW83 Serum presets, you can find it for a free download, and you get all these different presets. It's one of the sounds in there. I just reworked the sound. God damn it! Why did I just do that? I shouldn't have done that. Noise rhythm. There it is. Is that what I think that's what I'm looking for. Yeah, okay, cool. We're not going to save it after that since we just changed it. Right. So with that, I also put just a normal sub bass right here in the beginning to make the beginning sound a little more punchier alongside the kick. Because without it, it just sounds too minimal. See, I like the... So this first bass is my creation, a Lazy Punch organ. I resampled both oscillators, and I took this off the KY Punch organ, took it off one of my many different presets, and just changed a bunch of shit around, wavetable positions. I FM'd it. I turned the level all the way up on there. I set this up differently, blah, blah, blah. We're not going to go through it. One thing I do, though, for long basses and really high frequency basses is I will attack the shape a little bit and make it a little latent, and then put about 200 milliseconds of attack on it so the kick can sit in this little pocket right here, and the snare can sit in that little pocket too. So if we have a listen to the kick and the snare through that, you can actually hear the kick and the snare being really clear. Right, the second bass here is just pitched down to the B flat, but the sub is still at E flat. And then the wub there, that's just another preset that I made myself, or it's a preset off something else, a snake wub, but this originally is a weird kind of crunchy, weird looking wave, but I just changed it and phased it and did a bunch of other shit and made it nice and random so it sounds like this. And put a sub underneath it as well. So the main hats, I just in the first part, so let's go from there. So that transition right there, I wanted to carry that over to the bar instead of putting a new bass right there. I thought it sounded a lot better, especially with the sample Ha right here that I downloaded off YouTube. I found a really nice Ha sample. So I just think that sounds awesome. And instead of making like a weird, weird bass there, that sounded weird, we wrote it over from the 4 and into the 1. So then I changed the call and response rhythm, same low pitch here, and then the last low pitch is the actual sound. The top sound is on the the lower B flat on the octave, and the sub is still on the high E. So then going from there, it's more cinematic build-up, the same one as the beginning, with more risers, bombers, and more of this Battlefield sample that I use, the radio chatter. It sounds more like a containment this time. So what I did, Peekaboo, he has a really long breakdown. His goes for like 16 bars with the risers and then 16 bars of break. And he actually has a hat going through his. This is just a 116 bar plus the 8 bar riser. So it's like 8 bars less than his, but I didn't try and take away from his at all. And he does a load of triplets in his second half. Me, I kept the drums the same. Except for those little two right there, that little off rhythm. Cat. Yeah, those two. I did the same with the hits here at the end and the middle of the breakdown so the DJs can cue it up if they want to cue it from the second drop. Second drop is not like the first drop. The first drop is only 12 bars. There's 4, 8, 12 right here with the open hats on the last 8. And then, or the last 4. And then this one is 16 bars with 8 sets of open hi-hat. So let's listen to this crossing into the drop. The second drop.
My name is Jeff.
Another sample I used from one of my favorite movies, 21 Jump Street, Channing Tatum. Thank you so much for putting this on YouTube and letting people use it as a free sample. My name is Jeff.
My name is Jeff.
So what I did with the second half of the drop is I did a main lick 2, kind of this weird kind of breathy organ that sounds like it's in a submarine. My TV just went off. Crap. That sounds like it's in a submarine. I really like it alongside the sub right here. I just think that sounds really evil. I love it. And then I did the same basses, the same voices, just different rhythms. Much, much different rhythms, which are a lot more fun than the first round. So let's have a listen.
My name is Jeff.
So again, I used a few different transitions, some deeper ones, some longer ones. There's a longer one over here, which is right here, and then a nice down octave, like kind of breathy growl stem right there. So let's keep listening. Let's go from the beginning of the second one. My name is Jeff. So as you hear, that transition's a little longer than the first time and it goes lower. See, making that pump like wobble, wobble, wobble in the second half.
Loveless.
I like that transition, so I kept it the same.
Loveless.
So as you notice in that one, in the second half for the open hats, I left a kick out, so instead of it going boom, cat, boom, boom, cat, it goes boom, cat, boom, cat. So the bass can carry a little bit more.
Loveless.
To like a quarter note. Into a triplet. That's a triplet fill right there. As you can see, the down stem. Nice and deep.
Loveless.
3-1 to shoot for base, take status, over. We're up.
Then I literally just used the ending of the design, the sound design, futuristic heads-up display thing that I got. The end of the radio chatter. It had some pretty nice radio chatter with another bomber, another cymbal on there, and a kick drum.
Loveless.
It makes a nice impact, a nice ending impact with my tag.
Loveless.
3-1 to shoot for base, take status, over. We're rolling in this time. We have troops in the vicinity.
So we have a minute. So with this last minute, I'm gonna go through the bases, right? Serum. It was a punch organ, but I made it call it the lazy punch organ. So what I did was, it used to be all over the place like a weird wobble 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 thing. So I made it a straight note with a little bit of attack, so the kick and the snare can sit right in this pocket. Same thing, 200 milliseconds of attack on each note, so the snare and the kick can sit in these nice little pockets. The wave shapes are the same on both oscillators, just this one's turned down with a 4 unison, this one's turned all the way up with a 1 unison. Oh, let's change that to all the way up. The detune's down here and the blend is down here, but this blend is all the way up on this side, it's all the way down on that side. Phase and random are the same things, wavetable positions, and then the FM, this is the most important thing to get that weird kind of frequency background noise, is the FM from B, or this is RM'd actually, this is RM'd from B. So the FM works as well, but the RM's a little more powerful. Then the filter, high pass filter, high 24, cut off a little bit, resonance a little bit higher, no pan, drive all the way down, the fatness all the way up, and the mix all the way up. Keys, so I can set it to any note I want through the keyboard. So yeah, that's that sound. And then the other sound, the lower one, is just this, just pitched down. It's just pitched down an octave. And then the wub, let's see the wub real quick. The wub is just a single oscillator. It was a sine wave here, but I changed it. I blended it a ton inside the actual waveform. So in here, as you can see, it's really, really light and then tight, like loose and then tight. Lol, fun. So it sounds like this. I love that noise. It's nice and broken. It just sounds brilliant. And then after that, the basses and the fills are all from some sample packs I got off primeloops.com. Again, the link is below me right now, primeloops.com, as you can see. And that's pretty much all the time we have for today. So our next episode, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through Serum a little bit more like I did in the first episode. We're going to go through Serum a little bit more, and we're going to make a bass from scratch next time. And then the episode after that, we're going to make a new song with that bass. So I hope everybody enjoyed this breakdown of my track, Virus Chatter. It is out now on SoundCloud. The link is in the video at the beginning. It is also below me right now. There's the link to the description for the SoundCloud link for this song. My SoundCloud and all my links are going to be coming up right now. So there's the Facebook link for my main page, the Facebook link for my Midnight Music Flicks page, and then the Facebook, and then the Instagram link for my Instagram. That makes a lot of sense. So anyways, I'm Larry Loveless. I don't know if I said that in the beginning. So I'm Larry Loveless, aka Paul, aka everybody's favorite white boy. Shouts to everybody who I shouted out in the beginning. Shouts to the whole team. Shouts to everybody. Shouts to Wonky Crew. It's fuck shit season right now. And we are out. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and got a little more into my mind on creating music. This is, as I said, it's a small song. It's only 49 channels. It's a small song with a lot to say. To me, less is more. So with that, I leave everybody, and I bid you adieu and good night, and peace out.
Loveless.
In this one.